It all started in the 90s. A Seattle woman took a trip to a little-known island back then in Puerto Rico that changed her life forever. She spent years there, living there part-time, right? Running an eco-lodge named La Finca, and it closed back in 2017, but now it is the focus of her new memoir, La Finca, Love, Loss, and Laundry on a tiny Puerto Rican island. Author and La Finca owner, Corky Parker, joining us now. Good morning to you.
Hi, thanks.
So lovely to have you here. So let's get started with La Finca. Tell us what inspired you to leave part of your life in Seattle and run La Finca.
Oh gosh, well, you have to read the book.
Give us a little taste.
I love other cultures. I love Latin culture, and we couldn't buy so easily in Mexico, which I was very fond of. So we discovered this island just off of Puerto Rico, between the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. It was virtually undiscovered back then. It wasn't even on some maps, and that appeals to me. I'm kind of an adventurer, apparently. So we found this little place for sale 10 years earlier than I had hoped to find it. I kind of wanted the kids to be older, but instead they were still little, and so they were very much a part of the whole journey.
Isn't that the way it is sometimes? People say you shouldn't do this or that when you got little kids, but sometimes life just comes at you, right?
Yeah.
As your book details.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
You recently won a big award. Tell me about that.
I won, I'm the winner of this year's Nancy Pearl Memoir Award from the Pacific Northwest Writers Association. It's a huge honor because Nancy Pearl is really renowned, and she got her start here in Seattle. So, yeah, what can I say? It's a really huge honor. She was a librarian. She loves books. And so now I'm doing a lot of readings at different libraries across the state.
But I think it really speaks to your wonderful memoir as well, which is so exciting. Now, as your book details it, you know, unfortunately, La Finca was destroyed during Hurricane Maria in 2017. So talk to me about the many emotions I'm sure you felt and any thoughts to rebuilding.
Well, it was devastating.
Of course.
Yeah, my husband had just died 6 weeks earlier. So 2017 is a year of infamy for me. We looked seriously at rebuilding, but the infrastructure was so devastated. It was so impossible that it just wasn't, it didn't make sense for me without my husband to try and do it. My kids were all really established in their careers then, so even though we all went down and tried, it was just, you couldn't even get building materials.
Wow.
So I sold it to a woman, a Puerto Rican friend. She had been a guest at the inn, and so that felt like the right thing. She could carry it on and rebuild, but yeah.
Wow, okay. So that's a lot of heavy times, a lot of loss. And talk to me about how the memoir was to write then. Was it like therapy? Was it difficult?
What's interesting is I wrote the book before the loss. The book ends on a very happy place. It's a crazy book. There was a lot of loss also in my 40s. I went through the .com bust. So I've had a couple of significant ups and downs in my life, but the book is about handling those, I guess, and I'm still learning how to handle those. Life is rich.
Yeah.
And so the book was a wonderful thing. I wrote it and then did all the artwork. So the creative process was really wonderfully rewarding.
Yes, and we should say it's also beautiful illustrations as well. So just tell us where people can find the book.
Oh, anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't, I'm a big supporter of independent small neighborhood bookstores, but if you don't see it there, they can always order it for you, and people should really know that. Or you can get it online, or you can get it at your library. You should be able to, if you can't, you should ask for it. That really helps to ask for it at bookstores or libraries.
Wonderful. Corky Parker, thank you so much for joining us today. And what a title, La Finca, Love, Loss, and Laundry. I love it. Definitely a read we need.
Oh, thanks.
The NBA coming back to Seattle.